What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips where you already know the gun's about to get it in, right? But before I get it in, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding! Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun is kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support, man. We're going to continue to go up on this channel and it's all because of you. For that, I can say I'm very humbled and I'm very appreciative. So, big boy, some call him big girl. I'm going to stick to the big boy because I don't want to call him anything I don't see that he is. But you guys can call him whatever you want. Big boy, big girl, big bitch, big lummy dummy, little Wes Watson. Whatever you want to call him, WW, because he wears fucking shirts with another man's tattoos on him. All that, right, is crashed all the way out at this point and has called everybody out, including myself, right? It's crazy. Alert, PSA, all content creators that have something to say about Big Boy, he wants to see you with these, right? Except for Wes Watson. He wants to see him with those, man. So he's on a whole different level. But Big Boy recently made some videos. He made some videos, man, and he's bouncing back and saying things back to the content creators who keep making videos about him. Now, I'll say this. I respect Big Boy to like this much, right? You know, before I had tremendous respect for Big Boy. I felt he was putting on for the raza. I wasn't aware that he had a 10th raza in him, but when I found out he did, my shit grew tremendously for him, respect. Just based on the fact that, hey, I've seen him for years putting on for his peoples around him, and they all have been brown, pretty much. But I've never been a racist gentleman. Brown, black, white, Uso, Asian, doesn't matter to me, man. All men are men until they're not, right? And Big Boy was until he's not. But I'm still going to call him Big Boy. Not Big Man, Big Boy, right? Because that's how he's acting, childish. And some of these things that he's doing, man, it's crazy to me. He's got people confuzzled out there, right? Everybody's confused. Nobody knows why he had to hook or latch his train onto a crashing train, which is Wes Watson. But hey, to each man their own. If there's money at the end of that rainbow, then go jump the rainbow because we know how they do the rainbow shit over there, man. And go chill with the guy who chills with P. Diddy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's on you. If you like it like that, then he likes it like that. And go get yours. That's not the problem here. The problem is this Vato's going haywire. He's crashing out, man. It's getting worse and worse for him. You're starting to see his numbers dwindle. You're starting to see more people call him out on his bullshit. You're starting to see a lot more things exposed. And hey, albeit I'm just a content creator. If I see it, it's hot news. I'm going to jump on the train as well and speak my mind. Do I got to get called out over it? I guess I do, just like everyone else. Is this guy looking for people and going to slap people up and choke them out? If he don't just stop that bullshit, man, there's a long, long line of people that already feel some type of way about Big Boy that he has to deal with first and foremost before he could ever ride this train, right? And I'm telling you, that's the truth. Truth of the matter is, the other day he crashed out and did a video. And in this particular video, which I won't show because he will definitely, him and his element, report me because they've already said if people continue to make these videos, they're going to report them. Ponle, I say, do your thing, so be it, handle your business. But at the same time, that's not going to deter or stop me from doing what I does, right? And what I does is this. This Vato did a video the other day and he said, hey, it don't matter where he sees people, it's on site. He's going to smash, dash, and hit them with a whole lot of energy and do all this, right? But he doesn't want them to report him. Don't press charges. That's all he's asking. Don't press charges when he does what he does. Now, I can tell you right there, that's a crash out move. That's a plea for help. That's please, authorities, watch me, man. Help me. Help! Guard! Man down! He needs help, right? He needs help with authority figures and anyone else. That's a snitch move. Dry snitching. When you go online and you're telling people, I'll fucking choke you out, I'll beat you up, I'll do this to you, just don't press charges on me, you want to press charges on them. That's the whole thing, man. We're not dumb. Now, everything was fine and dandy, and Big Boy basically had a lot of respect on his name until he started hanging around with Wesley Watson, right? When he became one of the Wesley Watsonites, it got all bad. Because Wes Watson is all this. He bumps Bakey sort of breath on the door. He talks that high power shit, and when it was discovered that all his fucking videos that he made were caca, that none of them counted, that it was all made up stories, that this man, he's made so many stories up that he forgot places that he'd been. You know, he went from level 4s to level 5s to level 3s. This guy has been where no other convict has gone before. When in all reality, he went from Donovan to I don't know where for about 2 minutes to Oklahoma. There's been people that did time on the yard, and if you weren't slamming on the yard with them, you were doing a few push-ups. Now, trip out on this. The homie gets a hold of me the other day, and he tells me a little story. And these are the type of people that Wes Watson was hanging around with, and this is what he was doing while incarcerated. True facts, right? Meanwhile, in the meantime, in between time, Big Boy, who got his hands so deep in Wesley Watson's back pocket, his wrist smells like shit. You already know. Don't go nowhere near Big Boy, because when you're doing curls with them, you're going to smell fucking shit on his wrist. And now, this is what I hear now that's going on. These guys are going to do a push-up contest. Oh my God, if Bubba didn't jump in the live yesterday and said, man, we're going to have content, giving content piggyback rides when these dudes do this goofy ass push-up contest. We already know Wes Watson's good for 2025 maybe before he's out of wind. Big Boy, I've seen him do burpees and push-ups. I can't wolf on his fucking health. The Vaulto's up to par when it comes to that. But how's he going to do a push-ups with one hand in Wesley's back pocket? Like this. It's going to be a sticky situation and very tricky, right? But hey, man, if that's the way that guy wants to do it, that's the way he's going to do it, right? All up on Wesley Watson's cachettes, all on his cheeks. It's going to sound like this. It's going to sound like he's clapping in his own push-up. So, the homie gets at me, emails me, and he tells me a little story. So I'm going to tell you guys the story. You know, I take it for truth because this guy has told me a lot of truths, right? So he says Wesley Watson, he was about 19 years old, his first time in county jail, and Wesley Watson's there. This is the time Wes Watson is fighting his charges, his weed charges, right? Don't let him fool you like he was this big old gangster. The motherfucker sold a little bit of weed here and there, got convicted of it, right? So anyways, he's in there on a weed charge, and this guy says, he sees Wes Watson, doesn't recognize him, right? Doesn't recognize him. Years later, he's watching YouTube, and he sees him, and he says, damn, that dude looks familiar. But mind you, it's now 25 years later, 20 years later. He's like, that guy looks familiar. His brother comes to the pad. His brother said, hey, bro, did you hear about that YouTuber, Wes Watson? He was like, nah, I be watching him. He says, I know that fool. He says, that dude fucking made a video about me, but I don't know who he is personally. Like, he's lying about the fucking interactions, but I know who he is from YouTube. Trip out on this dude. So when he shows the homie fucking who Wes Watson is, the homie's like, oh, shit. That's old boy that we were in county with. So he tells me the story, and it goes a little something like this, right? So Big Boy, listen up before you're willing to crash out over your fucking homeboy that's utilizing you like a dumbass, right? Because this is the type of shenanigans he was pulling in the county jail. So the homie says that they were in the county together. He gets there, goddamn, was that a fucking thing that went by? An orb? I might be getting closer to death than I think. The homies are trying to tell me something. Just save a spot and a carne asada burrito for me up there. I don't think that'll fuck with my sugar level. So anyways, he says that he's in county jail and Wes Watson comes in. He says he recognizes because he has the WW. No other tattoos on him. He said he was much thinner, but he liked to work out. So when he gets in there, he says, no, he wasn't a shot caller. No, he wasn't big, swole Wes Watson would. He wasn't none of that. What he was scared. Just like anyone else who gets to the county jail, he didn't know what the fuck to do with himself. So he says, as Wes Watson gets there, he says, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. That fool did have a lot of stripper hoes and a lot of chicks coming to visit him. That's the truth. He said, I don't know who he was hooked up with, but he had a lot of chicks. He'd get visits every weekend by all these chicks. Back in them days, they were allowed to send freaky flicks to people, right? So this is how Wes Watson bought his way into whatever he was doing. He was out there slanging those pictures of his old lady to all the guys on the tier. $2 a pop, $3 a pop. He was balling out of control, right? And he says that there's some big woods that kept questioning Wes. Like, hey, bro, what does that WW mean? He says, oh, it's Wes Watson. Then I guess he had Dago on his stomach he got later on. So they were like, does that some neighborhood in San Diego? Or why do you got that? Does that mean wood? He was like, no, it's just my initials. And I'm from the city of Dago, right? So he was kind of skeptical of these guys because they were skeptical of him. So they put him on a lightweight freeze. They were watching him. He was just doing push-ups in the corner, trying to hang around with the fellas. He actually started giving pictures of his old lady to these old school big woods to keep them up off of them. Facts and truth. This is what the homie told me. He said, look, bro, I have no horse in this race. There's no reason for me to woof on this guy. I've never sent him money. He's never burnt me. I'm just telling you the truth of how his time was in the county jail. He said that fool was fighting his weed charges, ultimately got 9 to 10 years and ended up leaving, right? So that goes to show that Wes Watson wasn't no big criminal shot caller gangster. He was actually in there in county jail fucking trading fucking days of sleep for pictures of his old lady. Now, these are facts. This is what was going on. The homie said, hey, it's the truth, bro. I don't care what this guy tries to say and how he tries to flip it and cut it. He lied on my brother. My brother never fucking was with him doing anything like he said he was. And I wondered what story it was he told about his brother where they had interactions where his brother was like, hell no, that shit never happened. So what I say that to say this. These are the type of guys that Big Boy has chosen to hook his wagon up. Well, your wagon's dragging, brother, right? And all I can say is don't be mad at everyone else because everyone else is putting you on blast because they're now choosing to expose how stupid you look for hooking up with Wesley Watson. Now, for those that don't know, Wes Watson's been exposed on his time, on where he's been, on all his bullshit shenanigan stories. I mean, hey, Dubs, shout out to Dubs. He put him on blast. Shout out to John Bravo. He continues to do his thing. And of course, Bubba is killing the game with his Wes Watson videos and his Big Boy videos. And now you say to yourself, why do you guys put so much energy into fucking with these dudes? It's not fucking with them because I myself don't like to be talked about. I can't be a hypocrite, right? But the proof is in the pudding. When you have guys that are utilizing people, burning people, basically treating people like shit constantly, I got to put the cape on because we need a zero to a hero, right? We need Captain Save a Homie, right? Because I'm going to tell you right now, there's so many people that believe the bullshit coming out of these two individuals' mouths. Why do you need a health coach? Why do you need someone to scream at you and call you man-chichis? Why do you need someone to fucking kick you in your ass to wake you up in the morning so that way you can do 1 to 10 push-ups? Just do the bullshit. You don't need these guys to scream and yell at you. And Big Boy's whole style is changing. He went from someone who showed you the ins and outs of working out, how he was building his company, selling you guys bullshit-ass merchandise, doing what he did, straight cartel this, straight cartel that. They're the baddest down south. They're going to all these fucking bodybuilding shows holding it down, right? And he started to flip backwards when he went to his beef with Joey Stacks and knives were being pulled and screaming was happening. I never seen two men scream so loud in the middle of a fucking hotel than anything I've ever seen in my life. It took me back to the elementary days. You hit me first, no bitch, you hit me first. No, you hit me first. What'd you call me? A bitch? Yeah, you're a bitch too. That's how it looked, right? Hey, pan in on the knife, pan in on the knife. And then Big Boy does a video talking about, that fool was scared. He had to pull a knife out on me. Hey, bro, when you're on the streets, there ain't no fucking nothing fair in war. If that's what that Vato felt he had to do with, that's what the Vato did. You know, you wanted to have a curling contest. He wanted to have a knife fighting contest. Now all of a sudden, Wes Watson and Big Boy are promoting a fucking push-up contest. You know, all this bullshit that they're hardcore gangsters and they did their time righteously and all that. But they both got some skeletons in their closet. Now, I'm not going to talk about Big Boy's time because from what I hear, he was a solid Vato doing his time. It's not when he fucked up in there. It's when he fucked up and got out. I see Lamborghinis. I see him pulling up in Range Rovers, G5 wagons. He's doing it. He's having it his way. Yet, I'm hearing constantly that Wicked, when he passed, rest in peace Wicked, straight cartel Wicked, right? When Wicked passed, there was only $500 that Big Boy dropped off at his doorstep. Now, that's $400 more than I dropped off because I donated $100. That's all I had, right? And I didn't even know the Vato. Never spoke to him in my life, but I felt it was only necessary and right to look out for the raza. So, bam, I went incognito, slid $100, right? On the GoFundMe type thing. Just because that's the type of person I am. But this individual that was his camarada, his boy, his workout partner, his cellie in prison, his everything. $500? If you don't take that Lamborghini back, it costs more to get an oil change on that motherfucker than you gave for your homie. That just shows that what type of man he is. I'll tell you right now, man, God forbid if anything was to happen to my boy Dubs tomorrow, that's got to pay for his whole funeral. If I had it like that, that's just real life. You know, I'm a real motherfucker. And I would hope that he would do the best he could for me. But I'm not asking for nothing. I'm just saying. Big Boy to be yelling and crashing out and calling myself out, Dubs and all the other content creators. If you don't fucking stop it, we don't believe you. You're full of shit. Oh, man, just don't press charges when I do something to you. Motherfucker, don't press charges on us for making videos. Stop reporting because reporting is telling. That's just a fact of the matter. You know, so all I got to say to Big Boy is this, and here's a direct message. Stop it. Keep doing your little fucking push-ups and feeling good about yourself. Keep getting your money and keep getting bamboozled. It's only a matter of time, and you hear it here first. It is only a matter of time before Big Boy, a.k.a. Big, whatever you want to call him. I call him Big Man Chichis. Before Big Man Chichis and his boyfriend Wes Watson break up. Because Wes Watson can't keep a hoe. If you notice, every one of the chicks that he's ever been with, they fall off on him. Why do they fall off? Because they see, they're in the same house. He exposes himself to them, what he really is. So his first lady fell off, his second lady fell off. Then he started getting into the call girls and, he didn't want to pay no more, so they fell off. And now he found him a new one, big boy, right? And it's only a matter of time before they fall off, because what's going to happen is Wes Watson is crashing and Big Boy starting to notice this. And the more he crashes, he's going to notice that he's going to bring the Strength Cartel down with them. And the Wesley Watson push-up boy gang is not going to fucking do too much. And so Big Boy's going to do like he does to every other one of his camaradas. He's going to turn his back on Wes. They're going to have this big beef. But Wes Watson doesn't care because he has powerful friends like P. Diddy in the perfect position, right? So I'm just keeping it real. This is how it goes with these type of guys. So to fucking Big Boy and his call out, hey, bro, if we ever come across each other, it is what it is. Nobody cares about size. Size doesn't mean shit. I seen the biggest dude in prison that I ever seen in my life get knocked down with one pedazo. It was nothing. I seen when motherfucking Joey Stacks pulled out that little piece, that little fierro from where, God knows where, but the word on the curb was it smelled stinky. It was a statinky, that fucking piece, right? He pulled it out. Man, I seen Big Boy's eyes go. That motherfucker, he had tweaker eyes. That motherfuckers went big. He was like, get the knife, pan in, right? And over the meanwhile, Joey Stacks was going all crazy. I'm not a bully, you're a fucking bully, I'm not a bully. Look, the fact of the matter is, do what you gotta do. Hey, who pressed charges in that case, I wonder? One never knows, does one? Tri-snitching game was real, man. Whole video was put out, craziness, right? Why would you put a video out of a guy pulling a knife out on you and call that real shit? Anyways, I digress. Let's get back to him calling people out. You ain't gonna do shit. What you need to do, man, is fucking follow through with your push-up contest and just wonder how you're gonna do it with one hand in Wes Watson's back pocket. Or maybe he has his hand in your back pocket. Maybe he's chose to swing that way this day. We don't know. At the end of the day, Big Boy ain't gonna do shit. And what he needs to do is pay attention, stop reporting videos, stop getting mad about what other people are saying about you. They talk about me every day. Guess what? I invite it. I don't care, man, because at the end of the day, I know me. I know who I fuck with. I know my circle's game tight, right? You, on the other hand, you're fucking with a convicted, exposed felon. Everything that he's ever said on YouTube has been exposed. The shenanigans, the drama, the bullshit. It was all meant to sell his little product, which is him charging you $3,000 to yell and scream at you and hang up on you when you call him. There's been so many stories put out. Hey, there has to be a common denominator here. The common denominator here is Wesley fucking Wiggle'em, Willy Wonka Wednesday Watson. That's the one. And Big Boy has turned his back on all the peoples to go fuck with that. So that's like going from a bad one to a one. You did that. You like tortas more than I do, huh? So or man, one never knows, does one. But what we do know for sure is that's what Big Boy's doing. So all this, I want to see you, I want to fight you. Bro, if you don't stop it right now, you ain't trying to do that. You're trying to put someone in a position where you can report them. Come on now, stop it. If you're learning from that dude, don't take no advice from Wes Watson, bro, because he's going to steer you the wrong way. It's going to get to a point where all those Lamborghinis that you rent and all that bullshit is going to start going away. Then where are you going to run to? Back to the YouTube people that made you famous in the first place? They ain't going to be there, bro. Because they always tell me, hey, Gun, when you blow up and you make it, don't forget about the little man. And I always say, bro, I'm always going to be little with you. I'll never forget about the people that made me. I ain't shit without you. You guys, though, Wes and Big Boy, you've chosen to forget everybody in your path. And you're going to see how it comes and bites you on the nalga. But word on the curb is you guys like that. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose, get everything that you want coming. And remember, at the end of the day, there's going to be two chumps doing a push-up contest, talking about when they see people, they're going to do something. What are you going to do? Talk about how nice their calves look like Wes Watson did? Or talk about, hey, my arms are bigger than yours? Stop. No one gives a fuck how big your arms are, how big your traps are, how big your back is, man, other than Wes Watson. He knows the exact diameter or dimensions of your back by now, I'm sure. Because you gave it to him. This is the Gun. Bang, bang.